Welcome to another Rolled in Reacts episode. This customer had fixed their transmission with a friend, but forgot to top off their transmission oil afterwards. The owner of this car had done some wiring work all by themselves, but had some trouble getting the trim back together. Customer states, car has issues starting. Customer states, car pulls to the right. Wonder why. Looks good. And this customer specifically asked for an alignment, but not a new rim, so the mechanics did as they were told. This car came in on a tow truck after getting a new wheel bearing installed at another shop. Apparently they had been in a rush and forgot the axle nut. This customer complained about his truck burning too much oil. Apparently he had done an oil change by himself, but forgot to drain out the old oil. The mechanic estimated overfill to be about 2 gallons or 7.6 liters. This customer had a transmission leak, so they decided to slap some 3M tape on there, because why not? This car came in with brake issues after the customer had topped off their brake fluid with ATF. And this customer had done their own oil change, but accidentally overfilled their car by about 5 quarts. This customer had installed their own brake pads, but accidentally put them on backwards. And this customer had apparently hit something while driving on the highway that caused the tire to pop. And this car came in for an exhaust leak, but the mechanic discovered that it needed a little bit more work than just that. The customer also ended up declining all repairs. And this BMW came in on a tow truck after it refused to start. Apparently the customer had kept driving the car with a coolant leak and ended up overheating and seizing the engine. The mechanic also noticed that the customer had tried fixing the leak himself using fiberglass, and the rotor blades of the engine fan had somehow gone through the hood. And this Chevy Lumina had a pretty broken camshaft. And this truck came in right on time because they had some issues with the rear tire.
There it goes. Go, Jack.
Customer states, my steering wheel feels wobbly. Customer came in requesting a price quote for some brake work. He later refused all repairs and said he would just fix it himself with a YouTube tutorial. And this customer had unexpectedly created a milkshake while driving. And this customer had apparently fixed their taillights by themselves, but came in after failing an inspection. Customer states, starting issues. And this car had been outside in the rain for a bit too long. This customer came in after they had some valve cover gasket work done at another shop. The mechanic found the VVT cable on the valve cover to be plugged out, few PCB codes, and a bit of an oil leak from this universal oil plug. Customer states, engine sounds like a video game. This V6 Dodge Challenger came in for an oil change, but the mechanic didn't expect getting free scrambled eggs for lunch. And this Bentley came in on a tow truck because it wouldn't start. The owner didn't go into too much detail, but judging by the dashboard, it had apparently been sitting somewhere for quite a while. This customer was driving their newly purchased Dodge Challenger home when they suddenly heard a bang from underneath the car. Customer states, "Every time I brake, it sounds like someone screaming." And this car came in because the owner could hear weird noises from the back of the car. Customer states, "My wife hit a curb at 50 miles an hour." And this car apparently has an auto-retractable dipstick. This customer complained about clunking noises coming from the front wheels. And the owner of this car came in for a pre-purchase inspection, and this is what the mechanic found. This 2019 Chevy Silverado rolled in after the customer had hit something on the road. Customer states, "Brake issues, please advise." And the owner of this car came in complaining about a noisy differential. And this customer didn't give his full name, but the mechanic suspected that it must be Flintstone. And the owner of this Ford Fiesta hadn't replaced their cabin filter in quite a while. And this 2013 Volkswagen Jetta TDI came in because it sounded louder than normal and the oil light was on. It has a couple more miles on it. This customer came in because they had no forward or reverse after an oil change. Customer states, "I think I have a turkey underneath my car." And this customer came in complaining about their brake pedal feeling soft after their friend had helped them change the brake fluid. And this Lexus drove in with some differential issues. The mechanic drained the differential of oil and found it had a lot of metal shavings in it. This car came in with a leaking head gasket after the owner had tried replacing it all by themselves. And this Infiniti G35 came in after the owner had installed a lowering kit all by themselves. And this 2020 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack came in because of a bit of a misfire. And this Lexus CT came in because it just wouldn't start. Once the mechanics removed the spark plugs, they discovered that the engine was full of coolant due to a bad head gasket. That might be a problem. And this Dodge Journey came in because the owner complained about it being too bumpy when driving. Customer states, "Car keeps clunking, please advise." The owner later confessed to having driven through wet concrete a few days before coming into the shop. Customer states, "My car handles really badly." Oh yeah, that's still good for a couple more miles, no problem. This mechanic had his 2022 Yukon in because it ran bad and white smoke came out of it. Apparently, the engine had been filled with almost 3 gallons or 11 liters worth of oil. And this customer came in saying, "My Kia sounds like a grass trimmer. Can you do something about it?" This 22 Jeep Wrangler came in because of a coolant leak. Apparently, one of the coolant hoses weren't connected to the electric cooling pump, which caused the issue. This customer came in and specifically requested an alignment, but when the mechanic told him about this, they refused any further repairs. This 2020 Nissan Rogue came in on a tow truck after hitting a curb way too hard. Wait a second. This 2010 Jeep SRT came in because they kept overheating. The technician drained the car of coolant and discovered that the issue was a worn out water pump. And this customer came in complaining about their truck not moving when in gear.
There's no way.
This mechanic had done a brake job on his personal car and accidentally forgot the jack underneath. Customer states, "My car sounds like an elephant when putting it in drive." Customer later declined all repairs. This 2019 Honda CR-V came in for an oil change, and this is what the mechanic found. Apparently, the car had 60,000 miles on it and hadn't had a single oil change since new. And this customer came in complaining about exhaust smells inside the cab. And this customer had made his own catalytic converter protector. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.